Hello and welcome to the line latest section of Process Industry Chronicle magazine. We feel honored to introduce to you Mr. SUBHASH Tandan, who was Executive Vice President, DCW Limited, Sahupuram, and he was Vice President in Reliance Industries also, the Hedge Special Economic Zone. Welcome to the Process Industry Chronicle magazine, sir.
Thank you very much. As already told, I am SUBHASH Tandoon. I retired as Executive Vice President from DCW Limited, Sahupuram. It's a chemical complex. I retired in June 2017. After that, for some time, I was working with Alkali Manufacturers Association of India, New Delhi, as Advisor Technical Services. I was also Technical Advisor to Hukumchand Jute Mills Limited, Amlai, MP, and also for some time to Durgapur Chemicals Limited, Durgapur, West Bengal.
Sir, could you please define what were your responsibilities at different companies that you have worked in?
See, I start with DCW. I was overall vertical head of inorganic chemicals. My job was to look after operation and maintenance of the existing plant. My first job was to ensure that the plant is commissioned as per the norms. This was happened in 2007 or 2008 January. The plant was grassroots level plant, greenfield, and it was built at a cost of about 200 crore rupees. The plant, after successful commissioning, my job was to run the plant, operate and maintain the plant as per the standards prescribed by the technology suppliers. Apart from this, I was also looking for operations and production of industrial salt, about 1.4 lakh metric tons per year, and also trichlorosilane plant. My main job was to focus on new projects in the inorganic sectors, expansions, water treatment plant, desalination plant, and rainwater harvesting, etc. These were the key portfolios with me, and also to explore possibilities of recovering water from waste flue acid. It was a project sponsored by Department of Science and Technology, New Delhi, and project was done by some independent entrepreneur. My job was to coordinate, and we did succeed to remove heat from the flue gases, and also we could recover water. But scale up was not possible because of the investment decision, and no entrepreneur. The voltas were there, but unfortunately, the entrepreneur who was in this business could not bring in more investment. But project, after successful commissioning, could not take a further shape. But that is not the reason. Project was very, very successful and scientifically approved. And apart from this, I was also looking for training needs of different people working under me in my section. I was also to ensure that innovative methods for plant operations, excellent in work operations, so many other things were there, so that the plant runs not only as per the standard, we also get some mileage out of innovative operations. I was a proud recipient of Best Operating Plant Manager. The award was given to me by Shri Shrikant Jaina, who was the Minister for Fertilizer and Chemicals at that time. And that was, I think, 2010 April at New Delhi. I was also proud recipient of the Excellent Energy Award that I will give you them. And that was also done because of the best energy efficient measure. I was also co-opted by Bureau of Energy Efficiency, New Delhi, as chairman of technical committee for CHRONICLE sector. I am continuing to be that. Right now I am also life member of Indian Institute of Chemical Engineers. I am executive committee body member. I am also member of Indian Society for Training and Development, Noida chapter, and I am doing all such things. Apart from being associated with some social activities.
Sir, what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses?
My strength lies in my commitment and dedication. Though I may not be a Newtonian or very intelligent person in certain terms, but because of my dedication and commitment to my profession, I acquired sufficient knowledge and leadership traits. Because my leadership traits doesn't allow me to be punitive in action. My approach towards my juniors is corrective. I always encourage them. I always motivate them, give them platform to express themselves, accept their mistakes as my own mistake, try to import their mistakes and export my knowledge and to them so that they can perform themselves in the chosen field of their core competence. Sometimes people waver around, but with humble approach, humility, without being coercive, it is possible to bring the people to the line. And my confidence in them, in their potential, tells me everybody can be corrected. But on the second time, the weakness, I cannot take punitive actions. And many people feel if I am not a harsh bureaucrat or technocrat, I am a spineless. I did expect some comments like this has come to me, and people have also told me that you cannot be a true leader. But there are hundreds and thousands of other people who feel you are the ideal leader. Though you have not punished anybody, except few exceptions may be there, but on the whole, you have carried the people with you, and that is your strength. And I have been attributed that I believe in leadership role, and I also delegate my work to certain level of people, talent identification, and picking up the right talent for them without causing heartburn amongst them. And that has come to me in a natural way, and that is my biggest strength. People feel Mr. Tandon is good counselor, good talent spot manager, and also he manages his force without being man-made. I am not loud mouth, but at the end of the day, I do have critics who feel I have not helped the organization in a way the organization wanted me to help them. That is by cutting size of the manpower, or by terminating the people, or by punishing the people, or giving such things, jaggeries. I did not do it, and I am happy I did not do it. And that is my profession, and I am happy the way people have accepted me, and I am equally happy for the people who have rejected me for their job. But I am equally happy. I don't bear any grudge against them.
Sir, how do you define leadership?
See, leadership is in simple language. You have to lead by personal examples. You have to be show empathy towards the people. You just cannot order and then say, do whatever way. I don't know how to do it. You do it. You find your ways. You cannot be aggressive. When there is an assignment, and if you want somebody to do it, first is that you have to explain him what you are expecting from him. Unless I own my people and tell them what are my expectations from them, what are the deliverables I am expecting them, what type of sources I am going to give them. Whether it is knowledge management, some other sources, financial help, training and development, exposure to different technologies, travel this way or that way, tour. See, I have to ensure that the man who is under me gets the right exposure and in multiple directions, 360 degrees. He has to look, listen and feel what exactly I am looking from him and what exactly he can give me. There is a total confidence building measure between the two. I cannot say I don't know and he cannot say I don't know. Go to hell. I can find another boss. That is not. Leadership is a continuation of acceptance and continuation of go get together. It's not a one day job. It is a perpetual relationship which builds around maybe for years, so that we can depend upon the people for any difficult situation and people are committed to you. So leadership is, once again I say, own the people. Ownership is very important. If you do not own the people, people will disown you in sooner than later. And I firmly believe there is a concept of reward and recognition. As I wanted to appreciation from my husband, seniors, by way of promotion, by way of incentive, by foreign travel, equal proportion if not more, I should give this type of incentives, motivation to my subordinates, so that they also feel that they are being taken care of. So they don't waver this way or that. Your 1 point job is that your interests are safe in the hands of the boss, and my line is, so long as this man is there, my work flows smoothly. And every work can be done in a projected time and projected schedules, and also with the allotted budgets. And that is very important. There is no overrun. And relationship have been smooth, friendly. Friendly does not mean that this indiscipline. Friendly means we can talk to each other in a manner which is conducive for normal talks.
Sir, do you believe motivation is important? And how do you motivate your employees, or how you were motivating your employees and your co-workers when you were working, sir?
See, motivation is very, very important. Everybody needs motivation. At whatever level you are, whether you are at the top of the helm or the bottom of this, everybody wants to grow. Even the Congress grass wants to grow. But how to grow? We have to create a will to grow in the employees. And the will comes when he is appreciated. And if he is not appreciated, he is not motivated, either by rewards and recognition, or recognition in the social platform, or any other method. Even pat on the shoulder helps people believe that yes, he is a wanted employee. So we have to create lot many platforms where people needs or people feels motivated. Self-motivation is one part, but motivation coming from the boss or the leader is another part. And that is our job, to ensure that nobody is left behind. We have people around us. We must have an eye contact with the people. We must know them by their name. We must know their strengths, what job they can do, and to what level they can perform. Whether they have difficult situation at home and they are not available for a particular job for a particular time, I have to help them sort out their problem, social and personal also, to the extent possible, without disturbing their personal life. I must penetrate their difficult situation, take the best out of them. And also, public recognitions of their good job done by them is very important and must be done. That's all. I need not be always harsh harsh words don't help. It is like a sword. Sweet words, it is like a sweet fruits. It helps, it creates a feeling of ownership, feeling of belongingness between the two. That is how leadership is. I had to export my knowledge, my confidence, because I have got more failure to my credit. I had to caution them, well, this way or that way, this way or that way. So they have to, I am like a traffic constable. I had to show the directions, I had to navigate their efforts, and I also have to ensure that their efforts are properly taken care of. They have to be corrected at the right time, in the right spirit, without telling them you don't know anything, this is wrong, that is wrong, this is wrong. I tell them, Mr. X, I think this is the right approach to do the job. And they accept it and they do it. Then they don't question you. But if I am very harsh, then they question also. So what you tell me what is to be done? And that doesn't make sense.
Sir, how can we manage stress? Or could you share your stress management techniques?
Now there are two types of stress. One is professional stress. If you are not stressed, you are not stretched. If you are not stretched, you cannot perform. To some level, stress is important in life because we have to be under pressure to perform, whether in the family or in the social circuit or in the profession. There has to be some pressure on us to perform our duties, to satisfy the needs of the family. If my family needs more money, I have to ensure I have to find extra job. If the family needs my medical attention, I have to do. Stress doesn't mean that I become an irritating personality. To some extent, stress is important. And how to de-stress yourself? My personal feeling that don't be irritating all the time. If you are stressed, you know the problem, you have to find a solution. Now, solution can be found in isolation or from a group, peer group, family members, elders, seniors, whomsoever you are. Some solution will come. Every problem has a solution. And every problem doesn't need money as solution. It is a sincere efforts and acceptance. Sometimes, yes, you are not able to solve the problem. But does it mean that stress of not solving the problem should be termed as a failure, and the part of this failure should be borne by the persons who are around you? I cannot say all the people that you are wrong because of you I am stressed. No. Stress is part of life. I have to de-stress myself. First thing, I must not be irritating man. Second thing, I should be cordial in relationship with this. 50% of stress is gone. Stress is not a problem only. Nothing but not stressing. So if you are able to solve the problem, you are already utterly de-stressed. Other way that you spend time, quality time with your family, your friends, your other music system, books. That is, many people believe it. But my personal feeling is that if you are able to solve the problem, you are already de-stressed. But if you spend quality time within your family, or with your near and dear ones, or with the people who are deprived, like if you go to the hospital and you do some social work and you show empathy with the people who need our support, you are already distressed automatically. God has got a good pharmacy. He will distress you the moment you need His blessings. That is one way. If you need blessings of the God and you ask for His blessing, you are automatically distressed. This is my feel. That is ultimate distress. There is nothing like that. You go to picture, you go to music concern, you go this. It may be good for some people, but not for me.
Sir, how do you manage your time, or could you, share your time management skills with us?
See, everybody has got 24 hours. Out of this, at job, we spend 8 to 10 hours every day. And the job takes your more time when you are back home. Either you are thinking of the assignment for the tomorrow, or you are thinking for the assignment which you could not do today, or you are thinking of the assignment which may be coming in near future. My way of is that I write down every day before I leave the office. But it's like this, you have to come today. So in my agenda, I told Sana also, I am keeping the whole day free for you. So my priority for the day is that you are coming to me. Likewise, I had some other small points to do. I had to talk to a doctor, which I have written that I had to talk to a doctor. I had to go to advocate for income tax return filing, which I don't do yesterday. So I prioritize my jobs, what I do. Small jobs for a few minutes or half an hour, assignment, mail sending, mail checking, telephones, I prioritize. If I had to talk to a person, will not be talking in the due time, I may be talking to him in the evening, depending upon my friends and circle. So this way I prioritize, and certain things, if they don't find in priority, I leave it for tomorrow. But tomorrow it comes on the first on the priority list. If it can be postponed for some time, then in my notebook I write on the date. Like this, today I am on 8th of September or 8th of August or 4th of August. I want to do a job on 17th of August. On 17th of August, first job will be written. So date-wise, my planning, fortunately and unfortunately, I don't know. I picked up this. My diary speaks for me for that day. That this. And then I delete what I have done, but I have not done. I can show you one or two diaries of the past which you will appreciate this. This was done to, and this was not done. So, priority is that don't waste your time when you are engaged in some activity. No question. Second, that when you are in an assignment, don't attend too many calls. Telephone is, then I got structured way of meetings. And there is another booklet which I read long back, how to conduct meetings. How much agenda you have got, how much time you want to give to that agenda. And one of my seniors told me, please discuss agenda point, define the time for the meeting, start in time and end in time. If somebody cannot clear his point in 2 or 3 or 5 minutes, rest of the time he wants to tell the stories. So when you are in a meeting, stick to agenda, try to understand the problem, give solutions which may not be instant, follow up the solutions, keep the circle on, and this is how I feel it is possible to do it.
Sir, can you please share any one teaching of your father and any one teaching of your mother?
See, every father has a genuine concern for his children. What type of man he is, a good or bad character, gunda badmash, that's different. In my case, my father was a gentleman, perfect gentleman. He was very honest also. A little bit of religious bent of mind, not for the public, but for within himself. So his 2 points were there. In any business, if you have a partner, you can be dishonest also. So he never had a partnership with anybody. He said, good or bad, small or big, whatever I earn, it is my own money. Second thing, he had picked up a habit that I will not take anything on credit. In the business, first of every month, I will clear all pending dues. All servants, whatever is there, first of every month, I will clear. 100%. Now, the rest of the money is mine own. And he was genuinely helping the people with cash and kind. More so in cash. And third thing which he told me, which is always itching my head, be happy with your unhappiness. He simply said that then. He said there are unhappy situations in life. But how far you can carry this unhappiness with you at the cost of other things in life. There's other priorities in life. But if unhappiness is continuously with you and you are hanging your unhappiness on your face all the time, then you are not worth yourself. Be happy with your unhappiness. Try to remove that. Give some time. How that unhappiness can be removed, but doesn't spend the whole life on removing that unhappiness at the cost of other certain good things in life. There could be failures, there could be. But this sentence particularly, this is very difficult to accept. You can be unhappy with him, you can be happy with your boss, with your spouse, anybody. But there is a limit. Be happy with your unhappiness. Try to solve the problem to the extent possible. But don't make it as your life agenda. Like my mother, see, my parents' photographs are there behind you. She was very humble, illiterate in the present day, but very, very pious lady. Her aim was feed others before you feed yourself. In our society around us, we were living in a colony where poor people also were living unrented. She will ensure every house has got something to eat, particularly the children. Right from morning to afternoon and the evening, she will eat in the evening. Very often we will ask. She said her aim is feed others who need us before you feed yourself. Second good part was that, like Annapurna, there is always food for somebody in our house. Even if I walk in my house at 2 o'clock in the night, my food is there. So she will keep food for 2 persons all the time ready. If somebody eats, very good. If nothing, she will eat that food tomorrow morning. And she will ensure that she gets that food, the best of cooked food, for the needy children, school-going children, small children, beggars, this, that. No, my father used to laugh at us. She said, look, you laugh. My job is this. She will help others even at the cost of her own self. That we don't help, depriving herself of me, cash, this, that. But she says nothing. And don't kill others, birds and other things for your food. That means you be strictly vegetarian. That was her. And fortunately I have remained so.
Sir, kindly tell us who was your favorite school teacher or college professor, sir?
See, it's like that. I have found memories of my school because I feel the lessons of honesty, ethics, which are implanted in my subconscious mind, were given by the schools. My level of so-called intelligence and brilliance in her studies was given to me by the school. There are many teachers whom I remember, but Pandit Lakshminarayan Sharma, who is our school manager and trustee and builder, he was a social reformer. He built many institutions with public support. His argument so convincing that people will voluntarily contribute in cash and kind to his projects. He was very much respected person, and I have not seen such a dedicated man in social life. In, in social, there are many others, but Pandit Lakshminarayan Sharma exists. Another man who taught me physics was Mr. Ratan Singh Sharma, Chaudhry Ratan Singh Sharma, or something like that. He also has influenced me in my studies because of their efforts. Their efforts were not directly on me, but their blessings and well wishes and motivation from a distance always carried with me, and I could perform very well in my school. So I was on merit list of Punjab University and good percentage. But my college life was not extraordinary. In my local college also, I got first class in different way and got admission to engineering college. But I confess, I was never a brilliant student, and no, I don't want to say anything for and against any teacher, except one or two teachers. But Dr. Mene was there, who was our director, but from a distance, he was motivating me. There are other people who were there in a different format, and engineering college, many people are there. But one, Mr. Advani was there, very soft spoken person. Apart from this, one Dr. Sangal was there. He was extraordinary chemist, chemistry man. There were many good teachers, but many did not have much influence on me, except these three. But one teacher, his name I don't remember, he could influence me that college education is not the end of life. It is start of your career. What you get here, you have to justify for another 35 years. If you are first division, then you have to carry on this first division. If you are second division, like me, or third division, like others, you have to carry that division to higher level of excellence. And that is possible. You have to apply your mind. You are application engineer now. You are not inventing anything. No knowledge is being invented. Whatever, you have to apply that knowledge of the college days. And I've forgotten his name. He advised me. So this is my parting advice to you. Whatever you have learned, good or bad, you are not inventing knowledge. You are not Newton. Don't try to hard press yourself. Whatever you have learned in a simple way, you have to apply this knowledge to center your core ideas, and you will always succeed. And when Dr. S. Rajshekharan was there, who was my first boss, and M.K. Tanna, really did a good job. Really. He shaped my career. I must confess that beyond this,
Sir, would you like to thank your wife for her support and help?
I think I already replied. Yes, without that, it's difficult to sustain. There have to be reasons. See, if you are not satisfied, as I already told you that you have a problem, there is stress in life and all those things. But then there has to be compatibility and acceptability. If that is not there, you are always obsessed with certain level of problems and negative thoughts, you always feel that you are a failure, or you are trying to be superlative boss in the house also. That doesn't help. There has to be some complete, and to that extent, I am lucky that I did all the good support as possible under the circumstances. I could manage myself through all the crises with that support, right or wrong. But yes, today if I look back at 40, 45 years of life, I feel, yes, I had done reasonably well with her support. Had her support be not been there, though she has her own medical limitations. But had she not been around, perhaps I would have wavered around also. To that extent, I am definitely thankful to her. She has been good support, absolutely no complaints, nothing doing, not much demanding, not much complaining, except that medical needs are there that I have to fulfill.
Sir, how can we save energy in plants? And your concern about environment protection and pollution control in industrial sectors?
See, all through I worked in chemical industry, and chemical industry was pollutions. We have got all the three types of pollutions: solid, liquid, and gaseous. What we generate is not always a product; it is a waste also. And waste may come as a solid waste, it may come as a liquid effluent, it may have a gaseous effluent. Now there are two levels of, or three levels. First is that if you want to control the pollution, you have to have a technology inbuilt. When the plant is built, there has to be a certain level of technology inputs. That pollution is at the minimum. But if it is there, see, you cannot now stop an old plant to ensure that I don't have any pollution. How to eliminate pollution at the source itself? Is it possible? Either by way of having some good standard operating procedures, supervisory control, or engineering control. There is some every control doesn't need money. It needs first is commitment. That is supervisory control or standard operating procedures. Waste does come. Whether we can reduce waste by improving the technology. When I was working, we had some feedstock improvement program. It helped generating less waste. Some more water management systems are there where liquid effluents could be. Automation was introduced in some way where liquid waste could be conditioned safely to neutral pH. There is another standard which is called minimum national standard for liquid effluents for COD, BOD, OH, alkalinity, solid suspended. So there are some standards are there. Instrument does help. For more than instrument, it is your commitment while controlling. Same way gaseous. You cannot remain mere spectator. If something is going to the like this flue gases, carbon dioxide, free oxygen, dust particle. So you have to have a system. If your flue gas is there, you have to have an ESP, electrostatic precipitation. You have to have a proper control on fuel gas air ratio. Oxygen is there, complete combustion is there, CO2 is there, or CO is there. So ensure that everything falls under as per the written down procedure. And with the knowledge available, we have to introduce certain system where pollution management can be effective and can be done, and people are doing it. It is not that people are done. So, but at the end of the game, Investments are required. Sometimes payback periods are long, sometimes small. But if you are not taking care of them, you are exposing yourself to the state pollution authorities, central pollution control authorities, public at a glance, and any violation can land us into trouble. And there are many companies who have paid the heaviest penalty, Indian Union Carbide and many others. Recently, there was a case in the Tamil Nadu and also Pondicherry, and I not like to name the companies, it's not ethical, but then 10 people died this is a year back at Visakhapatnam plant. Every second day we find out people are dying because of this. The chemical pollution is a very difficult pollution to manage. And all chemicals generally are poisonous. And they can inflict death instantly also, like chlorine gas, nitrogen. So we have to be extra careful. So there has to be some level of understanding of the laws and understanding of the procedures, and also correction of the standard operating procedure. Plant should be operated as per the window, design window, and with the right type of people. Technical knowledge is important for such.
Sir, can you please tell us more about the companies that you have worked in, the factory that you have worked in, and please name a few products manufactured by these factories or plants?
See, my last assignment was with DCW Limited Sahupuram. It is a Tamil Nadu based company. This company is owned by it's a private limited company. Sahu Group, who are pioneer in freedom fighters, they built up the first Kaseoda plant in Tamil Nadu. They had the first soda ash plant in 1935 at Surendranagar, Gujarat. I have worked with at Sahupuram. I have worked with chloralkali plants, trichloroethylene industrial salt, and we were making PVC standard, CPVC, synthetic rutile beneficial, synthetic iron oxide, yellow and iron, and power plant, merchant first, merchant sale, and many such things and good. So we had exposure to all the plant, but my focus was only on inorganic chemicals, that is chloralkali, trichloroethylene, salt, water treatment plants, desalination plant, such thing, no product. But when I was working with Reliance, I had exposure to EDC and VCM plants also, apart from chloralkali. Earlier days when I was working in Calcutta, I had exposure to sulfuric acid plants. So likewise, depending on different companies, I have been exposed to different technology, different type of people, different technical suppliers, and just my core competencies in chloralkali.
Sir, what kind of maintenance was carried out at DCW Limited Sahupuram? Or could you please share, few maintenance tips with our readers also, with our viewers also?
See, there are two levels of maintenance. One is conventional. It is need based. When there is a breakdown or stoppage, you do the maintenance. This was very conventional and it was very popular, rather accepted norms. Unless it breaks, you don't have to correct. And many companies were running like this, even at an inefficient level also. But then when the business grew up and there was demand on the products and also demand on the cost efficiency, manufacturers or suppliers, they suggested some minimum maintenance that you have to do preventive maintenance. Check that check and do the maintenance. Do the maintenance as like nowadays you go to for anything or car, vehicle, anything. You have to do preventive maintenance. Before breakdown comes, you have to have some data with you and you can do the preventive maintenance also. But then again people are targeting predictive maintenance. Now it was one step further. In DCW and Reliance, they depend more on predictive maintenance, database management, how it is trending, how the bearing is performing, whether it's heating up. There are certain automation systems which tells us that system is going from bad to worse and it may become to stop the machinery. So what to do? Not allow the breakdown to happen because then it's a big cost. So predictive maintenance and advanced process control maintenance. Then another thing, the reliability center maintenance. So Reliance and DCW, they work on this principle, reliability centered maintenance and predictive maintenance. We have to ensure that a machine which is designed to run so many hours without lubrication or with lubrication, if the lubrication has to be done once in 5 years, it has to be done. No compromise. If the equipment useful life is 10 years, then it has to be replaced. If you do not replace, then you must have a sufficient data to say that equipment is as good as it was earlier purchased. Like this, there is a tank and vessel. There is a corrosion allowance. If the corrosion allowance is not reaching 3%, 3 ppm or whatever it's like thickness, if the internal of the tank or external of the tank, nozzles mounting, they are as healthy as it could be. And you do certain tests or DP tests, lithium tests, of course, some lithium gas test, leak test is done. You do ultrasonics. You perform an elaborate test and you find that yes, equipment is still healthy. You can continue with it, or else you can replace this equipment with a new equipment as per the standard and put this equipment to less critical jobs. There has to be a certain way of thinking. It is not to be decided by one person. There is a group who decides. It's a collective responsibility. Yes, this equipment is as good as it was 10 years earlier. Maybe it has lost its creativity because of continuous use. So we put into non-critical use, non-corrosive use, and put a new equipment in its place. And then follow the same principle. This is how. It's a very, very important to ensure that we do. If you don't trend it, you cannot measure it. If you are not measured, you cannot control it. And if you don't want to control it, you land yourself in a problem. It's not a one-day job, it's a continuous. It's like a patient lying in ICU being continuously monitored. He has to be maintain good health all the time, every time.
Sir, please name few machines or equipments which are the factory, which are the heart of your factory, and you purchase machinery and equipments directly from the manufacturers or from the traders.
As a rule, Reliance and other things, we never purchase equipment from dealers, whole equipment, new equipment. It has to come from the original equipment manufacturer because it comes with the quality assurance, it comes with the material certification, it comes with the guarantee period, it comes with the many other benefits. Now there is a cost is there. Apart from the cost, it comes a reliability certificate for the perform. Dealers may purchase the equipment from original equipment supplier. But if it is a bulk, I will go original equipment supplier also. Dealers will depend upon only for some spare part or some non-critical equipment. But the dealer has to be approved by, he has to be a channel partner to the original equipment supplier. Original equipment supplier must confess because many original equipment suppliers have dealers. Then they say, you purchase this equipment from this particular person. He is our dealer in your area. I cannot ship my equipment from that place to this place. It is already shipped, easily available. You can go and do that. And I stand the same guarantee because there is a back to back guarantee. I don't depend on dealer's guarantee for performance. I depend upon back to back guarantee by the original equipment supplier. Single point responsibility is with the original equipment supplier. He only suggests my dealers in your area are there, they are dependable. They will not give you. But if the equipment fails, original equipment supplier takes the full responsibility for replacement or whatever is required. So we except on some spare parts, we did purchase, but not the full equipment. Particular rotary machines.
Sir, your suggestion or advice to young maintenance engineers.
See, today maintenance needs are multiplying. Today, no company can afford to stop the plant just for the sake of it. So, maintenance engineer is now heart and bone of the plant. They must know the plant by equipment for their specifications. They should not compromise on standard operating procedures for the machinery. And they should help the company with proper maintenance like predictive maintenance or advanced maintenance group rehabilitation. They should ask for the equipment for inspections and checks. They should not be cowed down. I think it's not a proper word because many times production manager will not give you the equipment. He said do it after, right now it is running normal. But I don't know how it is ending the life. When it will reach. A man is running 4 meter, 100 meter race. First few 100 meters will be very good. Last 10 meters he may collapse also. So when equipment will fail, I don't know. So I have to check whether equipment is still healthy or not. So inspections are to be done all the time, whether static equipment or rotary equipment or anything else, or electrical equipment. And anything is to be checked. And if the check says suggests like this, if it is electrical panel, thermography is required. If it says there is hot spots, then correction has to be done. Like transformer oil, if I want to check by PD value and SD value and water content, it has to be so that then only we could know now. How do we know that I have a temperature unless you measure my temperature? So maintenance engineer, it is watchdog for the plant. He has to ensure that without disturbing and offending production manager or anybody, he has to safeguard the plant with the proper approach of prevent. He has to study the design window, recommendation from the original equipment supplier, do's and don't do's for the person, preventive maintenance as per the maintenance issues. If the transformer oil is changed once in 3 years, it has to be changed. If lubrication has been done, there is a concept of operational excellence for maintenance. That is CLPT. Check, lubricate, tighten and align. Particular routine. like set equipment, tanks, do the thickness check, external and internal. If the internal thickness is done nowadays, robots are there. You can use robots. You can do certain procedures are there. How to evacuate the equipment, how to make it gas free, how to make it non-hazardous fumes. So, but it has to be done. We have to have a program. The moment the equipment is reaching, now there are high speed machines. Their equipment, Bentley machines are there. They can tell you that the bearing is in the red zone, the white zone. So he has to be. He, I used to say when I was there, a maintenance engineer should have an eagle's eyes and sniffer dog. Look, listen, feel. He should look around what is happening. He should listen how the sound is changing. And he should feel what is happening. If the fume, noxious fume, high temperature, heat, then he has to talk to the production man. See, I went near to your equipment. I smelled there. There could be leakage from the gland seal. There could be pipeline that will leaking. So like this.
Sir, would you like to share anything else with us which will provide guidance, education, and motivation to various engineers working in various process industry verticals?
See, process industry now become very complicated. Now process engineer you have to depend upon lot of instrumentation. Productivity depends upon how you can utilize your resources. Instrumentation plays a vital role in this. Because instrumentation only can do optimum utilization of resources. Now advanced process control is there. Distributed control systems are there. Other systems are also there. We have to see the output of an each equipment or each section or each portion of the process that it was designed for 90 to 100 tons per day. For some reason, it is producing 98 tons per day. But how best? And we used to do two analysis for this optimum. Despilon and epsilon. What is the loss of efficiency? If it is designed for 100 tons, you are producing 98 tons. There is a despilon of world proper 2 tons. And it is the money. Why you should not get? If the cow is for 10 milk, 10 liters per day, why it is giving 8 liters per day? Then feedstock is not there. So you have to epsilon, we have to correct. And if any day I produce 105 tons for 3 days continuously, why not today? So both the analyses are being done in Reliance and also in DCW in different way. Methodologies are different. What is lacking which I cannot produce 105 tons? Whether equipment change, more utilities, proper process control, more wastages. I'm keeping my eyes blind. I'm not doing anything. Okay, ठीक है चलता है. Or why it is producing less? There is a wear and tear on the machines. There is a feedstock quality change. Specifications have changed. Output is changing because of other reasons. So these studies are to be done by the process engineer. And based on this study, he has to make a conclusion that I need to change pump, its efficiency is not there, or I need to change some other thing, or I need to modify, or I need to talk to the original equipment technology supplier. Why it is so? So every 3 years or 5 years, you have to do a technical audit of your plant. and it has to be elaborate. Particularly, I was very fond of doing it, and I done it. Technology supplier has the knowledge and specific tools to find out why a particular section or particular plant is not producing up to. And then management programs can be drawn how to correct the situation. Management may think if the low lying fruits are there, manpower can be corrected, educated, trained, and something. But investment decision may not be taken. But then you know, this is my management program, this is an investment schedule, but I am postponing this deliberately. For some reason, I don't have the funds. But there also, I must be assured that whatever level I am operating now can be continued for more time. It will not collapse. 98 tons will not become 90 tons. So, lot of information is required. You have to sit together. It is a collective wisdom. Ideally, nobody can do. Those are plant older days people could do it, but now not.
Sir, it was pleasure talking with you, and thank you so much for giving your precious time and sharing your views and experience with the entire process industry across the globe. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. I hope I could give you an idea how the industry operates, what are the crucial issues involved in the process industry. Right from day one, when we were small plants, it was individual talent and knowledge. Knowledge was not shared, and we were still running the plant. But when the plant became bigger, we had to do SWOT analysis, that is strength, weakness, threat and opportunity. Then now bigger plant, VUCA syndrome has come. When the business is hostile, government policies are there. We are running the plant, tomorrow technology change has come, and that is more efficient. Now it's a volatility in your system. Manager, you are more competitive than me. Cost competitive, quality improvement has come. Then uncertainties are there. How long your client, how long will go to the same shop, which is not able to supply you. Now money has come. The point is that there is a continuous deliverable system inbuilt, check and balance. People have to keep their eyes open. Eagle's eyes and sniffer dogs. Thank you very much.